So, and here's a question I really wanted to ask you because, when it comes to being a author or writer, you're still really young, even though you've been in the game for 25 years, we still have people like George Martin. Now, maybe he's not writing what we want him to write, but he's still writing.
Yeah.
And you got Sapkowski's getting ready to write something else, and King, and they're all 20 plus years older than you. How do you feel like, I don't want to like, toot your horn here, but like you're like up there. A lot of people would put you maybe on the Mount Rushmore of fantasy writers already. I mean, does that make you like, how does that make you feel that you've influenced so many people and there are other famous writers who like say that you're the reason, that they're there?
Weird. That's not me that did. Okay. For a long time, people would come up to me once in a while and they'll come up and say, hey, I read your books in Afghanistan and they kept me sane. Or my father was dying and I had to sit with him the whole time and I sat and read him your books while we
were. Man.
Or I get these different things, or these books saved my life. I was in such a dark place and I was going to kill myself, and then I decided not to. And that always feels weird when I hear that, because really all I wanted to do was to make sure I could buy enough chicken tendies for my kid, and that's what I was doing. I was just trying to make a living, and I kept telling these people, hey, that I'm really glad that helped you, but that wasn't. I didn't really set out to do that. So I feel kind of weird with you thanking me for it. And I didn't know what to do about it. But then there are all these other people, in my past who set me up, who encouraged me, who helped me, walk forward when I might not have been able to on my own otherwise. And I'm grateful to them. So, I had to think about how to resolve that. And I thought about it, and I thought about it for about 10 years. And the conclusion that I came to was that while I was not trying to help all those people, what I was doing was I was creating my idea of beauty and sharing it with people. I was doing my art, and that might not be a huge, big, overwhelming thing. It's my mustard seed of positivity. I was contributing to the universe, and I was just planting those seeds, and I didn't make the sunshine, I didn't make the rain fall, but I did put the seed in. And eventually that seed grew into a tree where other people can take shelter. And
that's awesome.
And so now what I tell people when they come up and say something like that to me is I say, hey man, I was just kind of doing my job and doing my thing. It was a positive thing, and I'm really glad it helped you. But if you want to pay me back, then what you need to do is plant seeds of your own, because you can go out and do these small kindnesses that are not a big deal, or not really an overwhelming mountain moving force. But over time, if you plant enough seeds, some of them are going to grow, and some of them are going to grow into a tree where somebody can take shelter when they need it. And so if you're one of the folks out there who credits me in my writing, okay, fantastic. But you don't owe me anything. We've already done business. You've bought my book. But if you feel like there's something you want to do to pay me back, plant seeds of your own. Go out and help people. That's more than enough.
That's amazing. That's one of the most inspirational things I've ever heard, actually.